The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review.
Mm.
The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said,
Yeah.
if you feel offended by these jokes, fuck it. We weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
It was
Lord.
happening all day.
Oh Lord, that explains why that girl was looking at me like that.
That's not why she was looking at you. Oh shit. She was looking at you because she wanted you.
To serve her
Not
drink.
like a predator. Jesus Christ. She's looking at me because she was thirsty.
Welcome back, everyone, to another
Bro.
episode of the podcast. We pull back the curtain and give you some insight on what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. I like to call that the industry.
Whoosh.
That was a very apprehensive whoosh.
Well, because I couldn't tell where he was because he was going so fast. That was the first time I just like, yeah, oh,
You
yeah.
first, you're last.
Said.
Yeah. You're first, you're
If
last.
you ain't first,
What's
you're
up,
last.
motherfuckers?
Huzzah. Bitches.
God damn.
Yeah.
I said, God damn. I love the energy on this episode compared to the one that's coming out after this episode that we filmed before this episode. But yeah, we'd like to go ahead, not apologize because like we still did.
I'm not
We
sorry.
still did the thing,
The fuck?
but we were all.
You think you do a better
exhausted.
job? Get on up here. That's what I thought.
I would love it if people would get up here, especially those
Cowards.
who ask multiple times to come on the show, and then we schedule a time, and then they don't show up.
Cowards.
Yeah,
Cowards.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Cowards.
Like
But
he said,
the people that do have the courtesy to say, "Hey, sorry, I can't make it today," or X, Y, and Z.
yeah,
Hey, at least you called in and told us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't
No.
no call, no show.
Boom.
Man, don't call no
Roasted.
shows.
Yeah,
Worse.
nah, that shit fucking sucks,
They
man.
fucking
It really sucks. Especially, I'd say for us, well, not for us now, but especially for how we used to be. I think the thing you're looking for was right next to you. Is it not there?
It's right.
Wow.
The bell. Right there.
He just had to get off camera for a second.
Oh my God, guys. It was right within reach of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Precisely. Now I gotta get situated again. Oh yeah.
But yeah, like so when we first started doing video, we were in the studio and everything.
In the stew.
And yeah.
as
In the
some call it.
stew.
In the
Yeah.
lab,
Yeah.
if you will.
Cooking up
Yeah, in
that
the lab.
shit.
I actually used to tell people that, not the cooking up that shit part,
That
I might-
dope.
that we were in the lab when we
I
were
might
doing
use
that.
that. I might use what he just said as a soundbite. Cooking up that shit.
Sounds like cultural appropriation to me.
Why? He said it.
I mean, he's trying to
We
fight
buy
back.
it from you. You don't cook it.
Oh wow, yeah. Now that's
God
that's got to be racist.
Ah,
I mean-
yeah.
I mean, no. Definitely cook it.
Cook it, yeah. I mean, you
'cause
don't.
all the Latinos are in the back of the Italian restaurants cooking all the Italian food.
Wow.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
Way to bring us back.
yeah.
Am
I will.
wrong?
I will say this though. With a lot of the changes when it comes to food over the last, let's say 5-10 years, roughly, especially on the West Coast and Southwestern states, you can see a lot of, which is one of my favorite, I don't know what to say, categories or whatever,
Mhm.
but fusion restaurants.
Yes.
And they're almost always infused with Mexican cooking because they're the ones cooking everything over here. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
My favorite fusion spot, I think, is in K-Town.
yeah.
Scala. Have you guys been there?
I don't know.
Is it
maybe.
Mexican Korean?
Colombian Korean.
Oh,
Yeah. It's pretty fire. Great brunch spot as well.
I don't think I've ever. had
They
one.
have one that's like a guava Bellini something, but they call it spicy. So all they do is sprinkle tahine into the mimosa with a little guava, and now it's a spicy guava
Do they
mimosa.
sprinkle it like this?
A little bit like this. You know what I mean?
Crab walk?
Like the
It's spicy because there's tahini in it.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
bad.
That's what makes it spicy. Duh.
That was worse than that terrible joke. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself.
That kind of blows my mind because Koreans love spicy shit.
Mm.
Oh yeah. No, they have some really spicy like kimchi.
Have you ever had
Fusion beef,
what's
something.
the name of it? Budak noodles.
I'm sorry, that was really loud.
think that's
We're
what it's called.
used to it. That's the sad part.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think it's called
spicy.
like Budak noodles or what's the name of it? It's
I have not.
they're like super fucking spicy.
Here's the thing. I don't love spice or like
Okay.
spice.
Mm.
So I probably haven't had it if it's really spicy. But if it's like really good food, I'll go ahead and brave it.
yeah.
Like Hooters wings. I'll take those a little
I
spicy.
think that's because spice has changed. Spice, especially in the States, in the last 5 years, spice has really changed as
Interesting.
far as things being considered spicy.
You think it's been lowered?
No, it's gotten hotter.
Okay.
And I will say that I do feel that is thanks to our, peers in the industry who come from Asian backgrounds and from Latin backgrounds who are used to having different spices that we don't always have in the States.
Right.
Because I remember there was a time when stuff was considered spicy, which you say like a Hooters wings, buffalo sauce or whatever it
It's
is.
just ketchup.
Yeah, like it's not that hot, but it was considered hot back then, And
Bitch, I just ketchup.
yeah, it's just spicy ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
From
now,
Whataburger. We ran across the street and grabbed it from
yo,
Whataburger.
hey, Whataburger spicy ketchup is pretty fire.
It is
though.
fire.
I mean, it's not spicy, but it's fire. It's
You know who
nice.
does
It's
have
good.
Huh.
like a sleeper spicy sauce? The Diablo sauce from Taco Bell.
I have not.
It's
been
like
to Taco Bell in
it has
such
a
long
kick,
time.
but it's got a flavor too. But it's just spicy enough. You're like, all right, I'm good right here.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know it's gonna affect you in 3 hours? And-
Oh, it's definitely gonna affect you. Yeah.
See, I try to
But
stay away from
it's just one of those that it tastes good, but also has a kick.
Okay.
So it's one of
Yeah,
those
fair
sleeper
enough.
spicy.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, you know what?
if you work in a spicy spot, what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are some of your guys' favorite hot sauce? I'll start with mine, Cholula. It's the bottle with the
No, I
wood
know
top.
Cholula. I know Cholula.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. My
I
bad.
work
You
in
California.
restaurants.
You work in California.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Cholula
Some
everywhere.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Some
no,
don't
I know
know.
Cholula. It has a wooden top.
It has the wooden.
Yes,
top.
it does.
It's got the woman making some shit.
I'm sorry. How is she doing it?
She's making some shit on there. I think she's making tortillas. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna lose my.
What's your
Mexican card
favorite
for this.
spicy hot
I
sauce?
don't have one. Actually.
I don't either because I don't like
Yeah.
spicy, so I don't.
Well, I like spice.
Okay.
It's just it depends on the flavor.
Okay.
And that was part of where I was gonna go. So thank you guys for taking me there. Is when it comes to spice coming into the States the way that it has the last few years,
Mhm.
you got to ask proper questions about
For sure.
spice because you can go to a place and you think the spice level's here and it's really here. Like you need to ask some more questions. Like even my dumbass did this shit a week ago. Remember we went to that fucking Louisiana spot? And,
No,
like,
you know what? You do that every time.
every fucking
time we go somewhere to like a chicken spot or a chicken sandwich spot, he's always like, I'm gonna try to get the spiciest shit or
Not
the
the
level
spiciest.
below it. He's like, I'm gonna get the level below it because I
Right.
know I can handle that. And then
Yeah.
he's fucking sweating.
Oh, and you're
hurting.
He's taking a break.
Oh.
I'm over here just done twiddling my
Yeah.
thumbs, like enjoying my meal. And he's like,
I like to have a workout while I eat.
he's over here fighting for his
Yeah, man.
fucking
And that's what I'm
life.
saying.
Oh
Like
my God,
that
man.
experience,
Don't know why he does it.
I don't
It's
enjoy
not on
it.
purpose. There are plenty of places that I haven't gone to with you where I've gotten their
I go mild.
what is hot.
Yeah.
I'll go to a place and they'll say mild. And
Uh-huh.
there's no flavor at all. And I'll go to
Fair.
a place that says meat, and sometimes that place will say medium and it's more mild to me. But it doesn't mean I want the craziest thing you can order.
You're doing
Like,
3
I've
miles.
learned better. It's just
Yeah.
in this particular instance, I did not. But also because I had already committed. I made the cardinal fucking sin of not just saying, hold on, before you press that button. Because I had already told him that I was committed. And he was like, it is ghost pepper and habanero. And I
No,
was
bro.
like,
When you say
I
ghost
mean-
pepper, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
ghost.
now the ghost paper is what I used when I went to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
That shit was
Here-
non-existent.
Here's my
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
Here's my thing on that, right?
I got hot sauce in my bag. Swag.
What is that from?
Beyonce.
Okay.
Oh. Here's my thing when it comes to like you said, like every place is different. If you go mild or medium and it's not that spicy, you can always just ask them for some of the hotter sauce and mix it in. You can always go higher.
Yeah.
You can't go down. That's why
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
go up that high, I'm just thinking to myself, like, this man is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson after that.
He wants to die.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson after that.
I-
It took me 2
I
days
start-
to eat the chicken.
Oh yeah, it was in the room.
Oh my
2
God.
shifts, Playboy. 2 shifts. I clocked in twice.
Jesus.
I clocked
Christ.
in
did.
twice.
Me, I was like, I want another one, man.
Yeah, I
want
can't wait to
another
go
one.
back. I
Yeah,
know
it's
what to
good.
get.
It's
but
good.
but as far as
But
that
also,
experience,
it was
yeah.
Nashville. You gotta think, like
But I've
between Nashville
also-
and Louisiana, you know
Okay.
they got some spice.
They got
Right,
some.
but I've
known
had
for it.
Nashville hot chicken in Nashville,
Mm.
and I was able to eat what they said was hot when they said like, oh, it's a certain level of hot.
Got you.
When we got to this place, it said hot, and then there was one level above that, and I was like, that's not Nashville though. In Nashville, there's like steps above hot.
Bet.
So I was like, if you're true Nashville, then whatever you're selling over, it's in Chinatown. I should have learned better. Like, there's enough overlap between Louisiana and Chinatown when it comes to
But,
spice. Like,
yeah.
they mean that shit. But when I've been in actual like hot chicken places in Nashville, I went to 2 different ones. They let you know on the menu, like, no, do not come down to this level if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
And I just thought that this place was kind of like not doing that.
fucked around
and I
and found out.
overheard, yeah,
Yes.
I did, because I overheard the cashier, server, whatever you want to call them, when they were telling someone else, like, oh yeah, but there are 2 levels between that spice and this spice,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about medium and hot. He was like, oh, there are 2 levels between that, and I
Yeah.
was like, but I don't want it to be medium and it not be medium.
Like you want to make sure that it's hidden where you want it to hit.
Yeah, I was willing to take a risk, and I fucked up.
I wonder if we could ever get like somebody that serves in one of those type of restaurants on to just really ask them their red flags for like fucking
I know
guests,
exactly who to ask too.
because those conversations are the shit they have to deal with, like that, where like they have to spend 5 minutes trying to find what is the appropriate spice level for this guest, has got to be annoying after like a shift of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I know exactly who we should ask. The guy who gives you your food when he calls it out.
Oh,
on the thing.
homeboy.
That
What
was
was his
such
name?
an experience,
What was his
man.
name? Oh my god.
I don't remember his name, but it was such an
Elmer.
experience.
Nah.
Nah, he wasn't Elmer.
It was either an M or an R, I want to say. But he
Did
was
you
so
s-
cool.
An N
Like,
or an R?
an M or an R.
Oh, I was about
M.
to say.
You
that's a
always
weird
trying
way
to
to
say
try
the-
squeeze
the
that word into
N-word,
the
dude.
podcast,
No,
bro.
I'm not.
Jesus
Get the fuck
Christ.
out of
Just
here.
get it
with
out.
You're
that.
telling us to get the fuck out of here?
Wow,
I pay rent
that's
here too, bro.
craziest.
God,
That's
where's the
crazy. I just did,
progression?
that's craziest.
So when what was the name of the place we went to? What was it called?
What was it? I'll look it up.
Okay.
Continue.
So we went to this place and we got there and we're like, damn, there's a line.
Yes.
And we're walking by. I'm like, bro, I don't want to wait in this line. We walk by. The line isn't long. It's really not. But
Okay.
it just looked long because it was out the door.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like once you hit the door, it's right there. And there was maybe about 15 people.
Bet.
Like maybe. I'm like, oh, okay. We waited.
Howlin' Rays.
Yeah.
Howlin'
I knew
Rays,
it before
bro.
I typed in everything. I was like,
I knew it started
it
with an
popped with
H.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howlin' Rays is like known in LA. Like
Fucking-
every Saturday
oh
morning,
my
people
God.
line up to go
I
get
see
shit
why.
there.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
fries.
And we went on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
our first
It was
mistake.
Father's Day too.
Oh
That was
my
our
god!
second
Why was you guys
mistake.
going on there?
We were
was our
craving it.
second
We were
mistake.
chilling by the pool, and
Yeah.
he's like, "You want to get some of this?" I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
No, they're like
But-
known.
Fast forward back to the story. So we go there. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we'll wait in line. Great decision. Great fucking chicken. Even greater fries. Their seasoning on it is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's got like a hint of cinnamon and a little bit of like tiniest maybe bit of sugar. It's
Okay.
fucking
Yeah,
great.
it's-
Like it's got just like the tiniest speck of sweetness where you're like, oh, that's sweet, but it's savory.
Yeah.
Still at the same time.
Oh
It's
man, that
yeah.
sounds
like
amazing.
their seasoning is great.
It's the cocktail of fries.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
It really
so
is.
good.
It's
like
well
a
balanced.
Like a
great
very
balance,
well balanced fry,
great
man.
balance
I'm
of
not
fries.
bullshitting you.
no,
It's crinkle
It's great.
cut. It's
already sold
it's
me.
cooked. It's cooked just enough to where people who like crunchy fries,
Got a
they're like,
crunch on the
okay, I'll take
outside.
it.
Right.
This isn't my
Soft in the
full
middle.
crunch that
Yeah.
I like.
Mm.
Yeah.
But for people who prefer a softer fry, they're like, well, this is a little crunchier than I like, but it's that.
It fits
right
for
in
everybody.
My reaction to when I bit into that fry, I took a bite and I was just like,
Good setup,
It
man.
was.
Ding that man.
I mean,
Ding him. You gotta
he
ding
said
him.
him. He said
It was
himself.
such a good setup.
Hey, man,
It was
that's
such a
fair.
good setup,
Fair.
man.
That's
I
fair.
applaud you for that.
but we wait in line, guy takes our order, who's also cool, was also British, I think, which threw me off. I
Yes.
wasn't expecting the British
I
accent.
thought he was more maybe Scottish.
Maybe
It didn't sound.
somewhere in the
It
UK.
didn't sound quite Brit.
Somewhere in
Okay.
the UK.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the United Kingdom. Cool guy. And then
He's one of those OG whites.
so they have this.
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just gonna
The
ding
OG
it.
whites from the motherland.
The originals.
Yeah, they're from the motherland. They're motherland whites.
Yeah.
It's literally
From the mountains of
straight from the
Caucasoid.
source. No additives. No celebrity endorsements.
That's got to be racist. There's no way.
100%.
So
100%.
when your order gets called, they have this fucking microphone that hangs
Yo.
down. Like Bill Buffer would just
Yo,
grab
Michael
like
Buffer, fucking
Michael Buffer. Did I say Bill Buffer? What the fuck did I say?
yeah. There's
Michael Buffer.
There's Michael and there's Bruce. I can't
Bruce.
remember which one does
Fuck,
which.
I meant Michael
But they are
Buffer.
brothers, which
Yes.
is an amazing story.
Michael
I don't know if
Buffer.
you guys follow fighting like that.
I don't.
But they have one of the
Michael.
funniest fucking stories as far as brothers because they're not biological brothers. I can't remember which one, but one of them is adopted.
Oh,
I think it's the younger one is adopted, and the dad and the older brother are more of the announcer, like, oh, this is my son, this and that. But then the adopted son is more like, I don't give a fuck, I'm here. Or maybe he steps up, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
know that the two brothers are not like full biological or not biological at all. And there's that competition. That's why, like, the one who had his career during boxing's heyday was
Right.
like the one.
Right.
But then the new one, the updated one that does UFC, bruh, I can't watch the UFC if that motherfucker's not announced.
2.0.
Dead ass. Like the way he gets you hyped up for a fucking fight is a way that this homie at Howlin' Rays gets you hyped up for your food, fam.
What?
Because you're standing outside. Sorry. I'm literally finishing. I'm just saying. You're standing outside and you hear over a PA system, order number, rah, 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 come and get it like that. And you go in, he's literally grabbing the mic and pulling it down and yelling out your order. And you walk in and he's just chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
you're
shit.
ready to eat your food.
you said everything I was gonna.
Oh,
say.
sorry, man. I just
I was
he
shocked.
got me so hyped, bro. Like
Yeah.
he didn't warn me about that. He got his food
Oh, you had been
before
before.
me.
No. We went at
Oh,
the same time. I
Okay, but you got your food.
I
Okay,
didn't
I
got
got
his
tell
food
him
before me.
after I'd went up there. Like this man was like, he's like, yo, what's your name? I was like, oh, it's Polly. He's like, yo, what's up? My name is. I forgot his name. He was like, yo,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, good to see you. Let me know if you need anything, man. I got you. Enjoy your food. Here it is. And I was like, God damn. Because the thing we were talking about is that because it's the entire restaurant is just set up for the staff. Like
Yeah,
there's no
it's quick
dine
service.
in. You know, I don't
Quick
know how to
service.
explain to you.
Bruh,
Yeah.
they-
So the
they
entire
said they were
setup
putting-
of the restaurant is just to grab your shit and get the fuck out. So you have your line cooks
counter
there-
service. Counter service. Like
Yeah.
for our industry people
I call
or
it-
non-industry
yeah.
people.
So like,
quick service.
if
think
you
of it
ever
that
been
way.
to Tommy's for locals here, and then Gene and Juice for my Chicago people, or Maxwell's, you just grab your shit and there's no dining in experience. But
and
this
for those who haven't been to any of those places, counter service.
counter service, yes.
Yes.
But this place is exactly like that, and they didn't have that customer like what was it? What do we say? It's customer there's no real customer interaction. So you go up to the guy, order your thing, you wait outside until he calls your name. But this guy, this announcer, this MC, if you will, of restaurants, just calls you up. He's like he said,
He's the
order
Mackay
number-
Pfeiffer of the Howlin' Rays.
order number 77, like, come on up, your meal's ready, this and that. And he comes in, he greets you with a dab, whatever, fist bump. He's like, hey, what's your name? Oh, cool. Okay, my name is blah, blah, blah. I feel so bad saying that. I don't mean it like that. I wish I knew his name. And we're going to
It's
go
okay.
back
You're a
so I can
horrible person.
remember it.
Go on.
He's like, yeah, my name is, let me know if you need anything. Or he's like, do you need anything? He's like, I say no. Okay, let me know if you need anything else. We got napkins and this and that here. Enjoy your meal. He's like, have a good day. Or he'll say like, oh, well, what are you up to today? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Here's this and that. And he creates that guest experience
That's dope.
in those 30 seconds. He generates the entire guest experience with his energy. Like, he's happy to be there. He's happy to be there.
That's
It's just-
dope.
And the way he just grabs the mic, he just like, he doesn't grab it. He just like holds it, pulls it down. He's like, order number 77, come and get your order. And, like his voice and everything too.
I actually was order 77. He was 75. He left me there.
It fits. It fits.
No, I'm just saying. He said 77. I felt like a shot because I was 77. I literally was 77.
Oh, he said it felt like a shot. So
if you heard the shot, then he took it.
But I did want to like add on what you said as far as how he made that experience so memorable to the point where I understand why you feel the way you do about forgetting his name, because I feel the same way. He said some similar things to me, but he also switched some things up.
Okay.
So
I saw it. He dapped you up. He came in with the what's up, man?
Yeah.
Brought him in and everything. I was like, oh, I didn't get that.
But that's what I'm
He
that's
gave
what
me
I'm
his like,
saying.
what's up, man?
It wasn't just cookie cutter.
It felt personalized.
It everything was I'm sizing you up from the moment you walk through the door with the ticket in your hand. You get to me 5 seconds later, because when I said counter service, I wasn't just trying to fuck with him. I mean, it's literally just enough room for the counter.
Yeah.
So you just and he's standing in half of that space. So you can't even get counter service. You get him service, and he knows that. But you don't feel rushed.
Gerald.
I want to say it's closer to like Miguel, maybe? No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Ralph,
but
Raul?
the thing that I took away from it, other than just feeling that personalized experience, was
Michael?
not feeling rushed, even though I was in a rushed situation.
Yeah.
You know, he already had his food. I didn't want to be, hey, we're walking back to the train because we were just chilling. Like, yo, let's walk to the train, do whatever. Let's not eat here because, it was kind of busy. So I'm trying to get back out here, so this guy isn't feeling hung back from his food. But also, I don't want to take up this counter space that isn't really visible, but I need to see do I need napkins? Do I need condiments? Do I need anything? And he's over here trying to make me feel better about the whole experience, as opposed to, nah, get in, get out, get the fuck out.
Because there are places like that'll be like, hey, come get your order. All right, cool. Blah 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 blah. And then you get that sense of urgency, like, oh shit, I gotta grab my shit. All right, get the fuck out.
Right,
shit, I forgot my shoes.
Yeah,
like just because that's how rushed you feel, and
it feels like TSA, like when you're going through TSA and like you just have this like
shoes
your
up,
blood is like
on.
and you just like have to do it so much. It's like fuck, and I have to take my like metal out, and then did I get all of it, and then and then you're through.
Is still dragging ass with only one line.
It's mad anxiety.
Have you ever taken a flight after a shift?
No.
How about you?
I've taken a flight into a shift.
Jesus Christ. So much anxiety.
You want to expand on it?
I mean,
he doesn't have a story, but I got stories, and
I wanted to go into something else, but if you want to tell your story,
no, I'm saying this is short. This is just short, like throwaway.
Oh,
have
go
you
ahead.
gone from a shift to a
no?
flight?
I've gone in from a flight into a shift and a little tired, but nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not going into a long story because
go ahead.
Like the amount of times I've done that's an episode on its own. But I was just wondering because you were like, oh, you forget your shoes, and you're saying like going through TSA
so much.
And it is one of the times that I do feel that way. And I imagine that for people who do feel that social anxiety when they come up to order from us, and if they may be prepared or may not be prepared or forget something or one of their friends, all those things, they may feel intimidated just from the moment they walk up.
Sure.
And we may not know that. We may just view their behavior as, oh, they're being an asshole or being inconsiderate. And sometimes some people are just really intimidated. And just to tie that in, with all the experiences that I've had with traveling after a shift and being at my most tired and everything like that, I've had a lot of great interactions with TSA, and I've had some not so great interactions with TSA. And really, man, we're going to go find out this guy's name, and we're going to ask him to come on the show. But I just want to say, man, having someone like that be your MC, as P said, on a Sunday, on Father's Day, and even people who are walking in who know the industry, who are just, we don't want to be the people who are dragging things along, even though we've never been here before.
I'd like to assume he has kids.
He has to, with that kind of patience, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He
No,
has to.
I just, before we get to that, like I had that incident actually today in terms of like people, and I don't think people are always assholes, but it is just like a sense of when they order a drink and they don't know what they want. And I like this dude, he came up and he had been there before, and when he came the last couple times, he's that guy that's super amped up, super loud. He might be on coke, but it was like maybe noon or something like that. And he's just like, it's a bar where people sit down and eat and drink. It's not like, when they come up standing and they just grab their drink and go back. He's there, he has his seat that he's going to sit in, but when his homies arrive, he's so amped up that he can't sit down. He's just like standing behind his chair the whole time, and he's just like, yo bro, just give me another one of those that you gave me. And so he comes in today, and I haven't.
Does he have curly hair?
No, he's bald.
Okay.
And he has braces.
Okay.
But he's Puerto Rican, from New York.
Damn.
And
The
like,
one I'm talking about.
He's
is
Puerto Rican too. Why you pointing at me?
well, no, because
fuck?
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about is
That's
Puerto
gotta be
Rican.
racist. There's no way.
because
He's Puerto Rican
we
too.
connected
beg your
because of
pardon?
Capicua, because he knows Vic.
Shout out to Vic.
Shout out to Vic. But like, he knows Vic, and so we kind of talked about that for a
Who
minute.
doesn't know Vic?
No, I
At this
mean,
point.
if they're Latin and then SoCal, they definitely know Vic. Yeah, but like, yeah, so we connected on that, and that's how he and I got cool. But then he turned up, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be cool with you because now you know my name, and you're always going to call for me. And so he hadn't been in like at least 3 months, and he came in today. He's like, yo, bro, what was that thing you made me last time? Make it again. And I was like, dog, I don't remember what the hell I
Finger
made.
guns?
Yeah, just
Like-
air guns. But just like, is that New York energy? Like, yo, just give me that, whatever you made me last time, just give that to me again. And I was like, bro, I don't remember what I made you. And I
Make
was-
it the Aki way.
yeah. And he was like, yo, it came in one of those, like, those glasses, the Sidras, or like, like just the regular 16-ounce glass that we make everything in. I was like, bro, we make everything in that. That doesn't help me. I don't know. He's like, all right, cool. Well, like, can you just make me a drink with like no cane, no sugar, but like I want it to be tequila, but I want you to add some flavor to it, but no sugar. And I was like, bro, I literally asked him, I was like, have
What
you?
the fuck do you
Where are
want?
getting your flavor?
No, that part. But I just asked him straight up, do you go to bars much? And he was like, yeah, bro. And I always order just like this. And I was like, what? And then finally his friend that he was with like chimed in, was like, hey man, why don't you just get it like a tequila lemon drop?
Oh, they
And
translated for you.
yeah, somebody translated for me. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get you a tequila lemon drop without any sugar. Cool. But like, he just, like, that energy of when you just come to the bar, you don't know what you want. You clearly, this is how your energy is wherever you go. And I'm just like, bro, you've got to get it together at some
Right.
point. Like, the hell. But unfortunately, I did not have the MC energy that this Howlin' Rays got.
Yeah. So
Because
shout out to that.
shout out to that guy, because I
yeah.
don't have the patience for it. I'm just like, bro, I need you to get your shit together, or let me come back to
Because
you.
that's someone who has to treat everyone the same no matter what.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just no. And I know he ain't had as much alcohol as I do on a shift. So how the fuck are you doing it?
Yeah.
You're standing on this side of the counter. You can't even sneak away, bro.
Yeah.
But hey, they did have the tunes going too,
They
which
did.
Shout out.
the
They did.
ambiance of a place lets me know whether or not I want
And
to.
the bass was heavy on there too. Because the kitchen had to get into it.
Yeah.
They were just
Yeah.
fucking pumping out sandwiches like nothing.
I told him they're either frying or dusting.
Yeah.
Word.
They were the people in the back end were frying shit, and then once it got to the front, all you saw was people
Dust.
dusting.
It was a
Dust.
well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And so here's my thing. When I got up to there, right?
Yo,
When
this is
they-
a huge big ad to Howlin' Rays.
So no.
It really is.
So here's my thing. When it came up to paying and it came up to the tipping screen, I was like, all right. I had this internal dilemma. Like, okay, well, it's entire kitchen staff.
Yeah.
So there's no servers or like there's none of that customer service.
Right.
So
Right.
I got a couple dollars in my so I threw like $2 in their tip jar. So I'm like, okay, well, that's
Interesting.
just because I work service industry and I'm gonna do it anyways. But I also felt like I pray that they're getting paid a fair wage for the amount of work they're putting in. But after that experience, I definitely thought to myself, like, yeah, if I come back, I'm gonna tip just because of how this entire interaction went and because of what he did.
Oh, the tip was before you
the
interacted with
tip
him.
was before I interacted with the MC.
Interesting.
So I did feel a little bit bad, but I also knew I am going to be going back to Howling Rays, and I am going to leave a tip just because of that experience between the we'll call him the cashier and then the MC, and then seeing everybody in there just working. I'm going to go back and I'm going to tip well. But in that
Interesting.
moment, I was kind of like,
What is a
like
adequate
why?
thing
Yeah,
to-
why? What's adequate? You know, there's no
like? Do you
there's no
guys?
server, there's no bartender, there's nobody. But even though they did provide a substantial service,
They
even when
provide
talking to
service.
the guy at the register too. So now that I
Do you
think
guys
about
tip
it,
at Starbucks?
I don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Free Palestine.
Oh, right. Free
Yeah.
Palestine. Honestly, I haven't been to Starbucks in
Yeah.
quite a long time, but something of that nature.
Yeah,
A barista, like, you know what I'm saying?
I go
'Cause-
to Ike's right here by Starbucks,
Okay.
and I do tip.
Yeah.
I'll throw, if I got dollars, I'll throw like $2 in there, or on the thing I'll
Yeah.
do.
Because that is a
whatever.
similar kind of service.
But that's just
I guess.
because I'm sorry. That's
Right.
just because we work in service industry, so I just do it because I'm affiliated.
So you feel like that affiliation entices you more to
Yeah.
tip. Do you feel inclined to tip a certain percentage, or it's just like whatever dollar bills I kind of have on me?
I definitely will tip more than the average.
Okay.
And then if there is an interaction with like a bartender that's, we're chopping it up and it's great, I'll over tip. I'll go 25%, maybe more.
Big
So-
spender.
Hey man, 20 is the minimum, but I'll
He
go
got
25 and over.
money.
So, but that also kind of leads me to this topic here is when it comes to tipping,
We were already organically there.
I know,
Yeah.
but I wanted to announce it.
Okay.
It's for editing purposes.
Okay.
Way to step on your own segment.
Right. I thought we had organically.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No,
All
no,
right.
no.
He needs timestamps.
Okay.
I
Fair.
got time
Fair.
He's like, I need a marker. This
But-
is when I talked about it.
So when it comes to tipping, have you guys out there that work service industry and watch, and us here, have you guys always tipped prior to working in the service industry, or was it something that changed after working in the service industry, whether it was 3 months, 3 years to 15 years? Have you guys always just tipped, or was it just one of those things where you're like, I don't know, man, service wasn't that great? Or did you do that dumb fucking idiotic ass game where people put the $10 bills and they take one off for every mistake and shit, which is
Jesus
the most
Christ, no.
egregious thing I've ever saw or heard about? But have you guys always tipped, or did it kind of change a little bit more after you got in the service industry?
For me,
Were you one of those people who's like, I tip based on service? You get
no.
0 if I have to ask for fucking
I think
ketchup 5 times.
the first time, I mean, I'm trying to remember what I tipped before, but I know when I started being cognizant of what I'm tipping and how much I'm tipping, when I first moved to LA in my early 20s, and my first job was valet, so like parking cars, and majority of that is off of tipping. Like that's, you know what I mean? And you're really cognizant of like, what people are tipping and all that. And so I think that was when I became more aware of what I'm tipping as well. And then since then, it was always pretty much 20%, at least 15%. I think before then, I probably did 15%, but I just don't remember being that aware of it. I think I would see the tip and just do something like 15,
Just hit the
20%.
first option.
Well, back then there weren't like the iPad, so it was like I literally had to do the math, which
Or they did the math for you on the receipt. 15,
perhaps
20 or 15, 18, 20.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but yeah, I think I just generally did 15%. My family though, whoo, that was a hard like road, just getting them to understand why you should tip and tip well, because like they were definitely we're just gonna throw $10 in there, kind of like $10 or $20 to just whatever the
tab
overall thing.
is
Yeah,
$2.10.
yeah, and so took a while to kind of like get them to understand that, especially when I joined the industry. I think that was when like, oh, okay. But I think that is the thing, is that most
became part of the initiated.
yeah. And then once I was in it, then I had to teach my family that we're still just the citizens. You know what I mean?
Civilians.
The civilians,
Civies.
yeah, civilian, the civies, the plebes, if you will,
Plebes,
yeah,
normies, the casuals. And keep going.
yeah.
What about you?
I'm actually the one who told the story about the $10 being removed during the meal. That was
my bad.
No, I mean, I'm just leading with that for our newer listeners. I'm just saying.
I just wanted an
But
excuse to use that.
yeah, I know. But also for our followers who have already been a part of podcast for a while, I'm just gonna give a short version. I remember having that happen when I was in high school. I had a friend that made a point of let me put this money down at the beginning of us sitting down, and every time something took too long or whatever, they would make a point of waiting until the server came back to remove that dollar.
Yeah.
To make sure that they saw it, and it's just a really piece of shit move. So
I have a question.
I
have a question.
Yeah.
Is that friend or former friend a cop or in some kind of
Oh, they're
position of
definitely not a cop.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Continue.
I
don't know who
between
you
those
think I
lines.
associate with, but
No, I just
I
that
can
sounds like
read
a
between those
characteristic of,
lines.
I don't know no cops. I'm going to tell you that right now.
continue.
But yeah, so I've I've always felt that way since I was young. But once I got into the industry, there was a shift, and then I overcorrected for a while. Now I try to be a little bit more cognizant of what level of service did I get? Do I
Sure.
feel like it's worth the amount of money that I would normally tip? Because I do like to go overboard on my tip. Mostly because I want to make sure that you remember me in case I come back.
Yeah.
Case in point with when we went to Howlin' Ray's, you tipped the way that you did. I tipped the way that I did. So
Don't
the
tell
way
me how
that
much
I
you tipped.
tipped was
Don't tell me how
I
much you
went outside of their like whatever percentage was, and I think I tipped, it was like 8 on a 30. I think it was like a 33, 34. So
Yeah.
I went a little bit over, even though I knew it was going to be counter service. But that was also because him and I stood in that line, and the way we were standing, he's facing me, I'm facing him, but I'm also seeing what they're doing. And I was making the jokes in the comments about, oh, they're either frying or dusting and things like that. So I felt this more empathy in a sense because I was watching them cook.
Right.
And then the host cashier came out, gave people these, like little miniature menus. I could see what they were doing, and I could see it was very understated, and very much so in a sense that people outside of the industry may not recognize that,
All that's going
these
on.
are the things that I'm doing this to make your experience a little bit easier. I'm doing this to also make my coworkers' jobs easier as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So by the time I got up there, that was how I tipped.
Right.
Now, do I always do that? No, not anymore. But I noticed those things and I tipped the way I did, and I tipped off of faith. And a lot of times I will tip off of faith. If it's where you tip in the beginning. If I
Right.
order from DoorDash, if I order from Uber Eats, Postmates,
Yeah, it's
hey,
always
sponsor
tough.
us, any one of those three if you want to. But if I'm getting something delivered or getting a service ahead of time and you're asking me for the tip ahead of time, I will tip off of faith. I'm not saying I'm one of the few, but that's just my mentality. But if I get bad service after that, after giving a good tip and there's no way for me to edit it, I might not come back, or I'm gonna tip appropriately next time. So
I am the same way.
I understand that that's not always the way that everyone else does it, but that's the point. Not everyone's supposed to do it the same way.
Sure.
That's why there's no right way or wrong. Well, there's definitely a wrong way. Not tipping is wrong. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Especially like when it comes to the service, I'm just gonna be real with you, man. Not tipping is just wrong. Because if someone's asking for a tip, I guarantee you there's a reason they're asking for it, and that's because they're not being paid enough in their job. Because any job, especially stateside nowadays, if you're being paid appropriately, 99% of the time the employer won't let you ask for a tip because they know that they're compensating you fairly, and they don't want that to go on the guests because they know that affects their bottom line.
Yeah.
Money's got to come from somewhere. Period.
So so it was when you became a member of the industry that you became more aware of your tipping, or
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sorry. But yeah, I definitely did. Once I got into the industry and I saw, because I used to do, the customer 5, or
right,
just
exactly,
my $5.
exactly,
But
yeah,
that was also because my tabs were never usually that high.
yeah.
So if my tab went a little higher, then I would kind of factor it in a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
That
I
makes
usually
sense.
just pay for myself.
Yeah.
I want to make a quick footnote that when we went to Howling Rays,
Oh
even
my
though
God. We have got to keep this Howling Rays out for like the last hour.
when I left my tip, when we went to eat and I left my tip, it was also my broke week, and I still managed to leave just a little bit. So for you broke motherfuckers that go out and tip nothing, you have no excuse.
Shout out to people
Just
that
saying.
have to have the broke weeks, because
Just
I know that
saying.
life.
I was broke that week. He
Yeah.
wanted to go. I'm like, fuck it. I want to go too. I got enough just to eat. I kept a couple dollars in my wallet.
Yeah.
Still dropped it in.
Is
I
what
still did it.
is.
Just
Going
something.
out, you have no excuse. Don't be a
Yeah.
piece of shit. For
Yeah.
me, I will say kind of in the same boat where I've always just tipped like the minimum
Mhm.
because it just felt the right thing to do, like you're supposed to. And I would always see posts and stuff on Facebook or whatever, people like, well, I tip based off of service, this and that. I've always been on the other side of that where, well, I'm going to give them the minimum, and if it's great, then I get more. But
Yeah.
if it's bad, then you still get the minimum. As we said before, it has to be absolutely fucking god awful for me to go below the minimum or nothing at all. And I mean,
Minimums being like 15.
yeah,
Okay.
it has to be absolutely god awful service to the point where I want to fight you for me not to tip anything.
God damn.
And I mean fight as in like, yo, can you pay attention to me? Why do
Yeah.
I have to chase you down? So I've always been on the other side of.
Sound like Taylor
that.
Swift in a song.
So yeah, I've always kind of tipped just the minimum, the basic minimum, and then when I got in, overcorrected, and then now I'm kind of like in a space where I still kind of do a little bit more, but
Yeah.
not as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like fucking $8 on a fucking $15 cocktail.
No. I remember.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what it is, though.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of shifts that I had to work this this last weekend, and also thank you this week as well. I had to cover a couple of shifts that I didn't want to cover, but I had instances that people would tip 50%, 60%, 200%, depending on the tab, but it was because you give that level of service.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
You can't
important
just
part.
expect to be tipped, and that's where a lot
For
of
sure.
this backlash from tipping comes from. Is there are a lot of people who think you're just supposed to be tipped because you're not paid enough. That's not the case.
Still gotta hustle.
You're supposed to be tipped based off the hustle.
You still
Right.
gotta fucking hustle. A lot of people that come into this do forget that you still have to work for those fucking tips. Give people a reason to tip you. And even if they don't exceed that when you give great customer service, at least make it so that they come back. Get regulars so that when they walk in, you're at least getting something. And make sure that they're coming in every fucking week, if not every day. Give them a reason to come back so you at least know when you work, they're going to come in and you're at least guaranteed that money from them.
Yeah.
Give them a reason.
Yeah.
Even if you have regulars that tip the bare minimum, they're fucking regulars.
Yeah.
So that's money right there.
And even if they're not a regular, sometimes you're building a regular just from doing the service that you're supposed to do and being your best self.
100%.
I remember telling you this last week. I had a shift that we didn't make a ton of money, but a lot of the money that we made that night were, for me anyway, based off of 2 transactions. And one of those transactions was the homie Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. Can't wait to announce all the shit that we're doing with Kyle. But
OnlyFans coming.
I am not doing the OnlyFans with Kyle. I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon.
Fuck.
Just throwing random shit out there.
What do you mean by that?
But he I wanted to.
He's trying to go.
I'm trying.
push it.
I'm trying, man. Because I was gonna say like, he left a big tip, and he. Dude, how else do I say this shit?
I don't know.
know.
He's dropped it on you, huh?
He did not. His girl did. Hey. But no. He definitely took care of me and the other bartender there. Like he made sure, even though it wasn't a super busy night, and he's in a position that he can tip more based off his interaction with me and the other bartender and loving the venue and everything like that. He felt comfortable leaving a higher tip than he normally would.
Right.
But on top of that, maybe 30, 45 minutes before he came in, I had someone else sitting there who I'd never met before. Never met this person. Don't know if I'll ever see him again. But we had a really good conversation eventually. At first, they just sat there. Where I work doesn't have TVs, so you're either looking, if you're sitting at the bar, you're looking at me or your phone.
Yeah.
There's nothing else, or the bottles, I guess.
I've
there's not much else.
done
to
the
look
bottles for a
Yeah,
spell.
there's nothing else in front of you where I work if you're sitting at the bar.
Right.
So he's sitting there and he's just chilling. He's kind of like taking things in, but eventually it gets to a point where we're having a conversation. Excuse me, and we had a really good conversation. Pretty chill. Told me about himself, what he's done, and things like that. And I have a thing where I try not to look at the receipt until well after you're gone.
Yeah,
I'm
I try to
putting
do it too.
all of the, tip information in at the same time. So that way I don't judge you too harshly. Because some people do say, I'm going to take care of you at the end, but they don't say it to you there. They say it on the receipt by not signing it. And then they do come back and take care of you. Or they left you cash and you might have saw them write a 0 and then they leave cash and you already saw them leave a 0. So mentally you're like, fuck this motherfucker. You go off to something else.
And then you turn around like,
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have
That's
all
on
of
me.
those interactions,
Bro, you talk yourself out of a tip
Exactly.
real quick.
a lot
Exactly.
of people do that. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, and so I had this interaction with this person. I didn't expect it to, go the way that it did, but when I finally got to their receipt in the stack of receipts at the end of the night, their tab was, I swear it was less than $30.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was less than $30 because they got one cocktail that was on happy hour and a beer, and I believe both of them were on happy hour. And even if they weren't, just based off of where I work, I know the price range.
Yeah.
They left a $54 tip on top of that, which was double for the most part
That's crazy.
what their tab was. It's over 100%. Exactly. They never said, I'm coming back for you. 'Cause you get those people who are like, you're my favorite bartender, you're my favorite server, you're the best, this and that. I'm coming back for you. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they become a regular, maybe they don't. But sometimes you can have someone that takes care of you in a way that I may not be a regular, but I'm going to tip you now as if I was going to be a regular for life. I may never see you again. I may never come here again, but you provided a service for me that I'm going to remember you for a while. And I'm put in a position to pay you back for that. Thank you for making me feel comfortable here. Thank you for talking to me when I wanted to be talked to, or not talking to me when I didn't want to be talked to.
Yeah.
There's all these different things that go into it. So like, while we're, we've made this a Howling Rays episode, it really is
Free
also
promo.
because
Not that they
that
need it.
experience at this one place was that good
Right.
that it's taken up almost half of an episode
Yeah.
of bartenders talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Because you
that's
got to
the
shout
kinda
out and
impact we have.
you got to appreciate it when you see unnecessary good customer service, because as you guys say, the way that some of those spots are like set up, it's really not set up for a lot of good customer service and interaction to happen. It's just set up for
Get your food and go.
you put your shit in, you get your shit, have a good day, on you go.
He definitely didn't need to go that hard as
Yeah.
far as announcing
Right.
food orders.
Yeah.
and having to pick it up. It was great. It was
And
fucking
yeah, it's a
great.
person like that you're just like, oh wow, you enjoy clocking in, which
Yeah.
a lot of times I don't.
Or
but
even if he
No,
doesn't
definitely not.
enjoy clocking in, he's gonna go there and give it 100%.
sure,
Oh no,
yeah,
he definitely enjoys.
Oh yeah,
clocking
he
in.
does. He does. But I'm
He
just
might not
saying,
enjoy the customers, but his coworkers, his friends, his family there, which we've all been in that
He's
the
place
life
where
of the
you
party.
work somewhere and they're your family now.
Yeah.
You see them more than your own family.
he's the life of the party
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That guy right there is the shit. People who work within this industry and can do it in the way that he does it, the way that a Bicho does it.
oh yeah.
Certain people
Shout out Bicho,
just
man.
yeah.
Shout out
to
Bicho.
Bicho,
I wish
man.
I
miss the fuck out of
wish
that guy.
Bicho was in more like front of house somehow. He's back of house, but like he
He's
just
very front of house.
he brings front of house energy to the back of house.
He should be chef on those hibachi grills because I think he would kill it. Just
Dude, it's
fucking-
it's just yeah.
I feel what you're saying.
Maybe not exactly
I
that,
think
but-
they need to change hibachi though.
yeah.
Hibachi
Ooh.
needs to change.
I love,
Hibachi
let's get into
cooks
it.
need to change over more like bartenders.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Don't give a show with just some grilled onions and a fire. Tell a story. Do some, because I've seen hibachi cooks that do that, where they're doing all the tricks, but they tell you a story. They take you on a journey. I'm like,
Yeah.
take all my money, dude. Take
1,000%.
money, bro.
Here's my bank account.
Yeah.
No, and I feel bad because when you have one good hibachi cook, like you judge all of them after that.
Absolutely.
And it's like, and you'd be like sitting there, it's like, oh, all you got is a volcano, woo! And you just kind of like, no, I've seen what a hibachi experience can be, and once you have a good hibachi experience, it's just like, oh shit, this can be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And like there's one hibachi spot in Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield.
It's Central California. It's like 2.5 hours north of Los Angeles. And my friend and I, we went up there to visit a friend once, and we had such a good time at this hibachi spot. We literally, on my birthday, drove to Bakersfield once just to enjoy that. And I mean, the actual, if I tell you what happened at the spot, at the experience, it wasn't great for my friend because just like a lot of random shit happened, but it's just like the memories of laughing and just enjoying the cook and like all that type of stuff.
Talking about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what happened was, you know how like they toss the egg at people and you're supposed to like catch it, like da, 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 da. For some reason, I know it's because he was also sipping the sake just as much as we were.
Sipping the sake.
Sipping the sake, and he was a little drunk too. And
Wait,
so
the chef?
the chef was.
No,
No, he was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we were
he's
sipping
definitely
sake
a bartender
too.
now.
Yeah. No. And that was the thing, because he would also be pouring sake in people's mouths, and like he was giving us a show.
Oh.
But then he got in his head, how about I stop just throwing like egg, like cooked egg? He wanted to throw like raw eggs and like see if you catch that. And
Why would you think that's a good idea?
I don't know.
He was
But
on the sake.
my homie who was sitting next to me, he thought that like, yeah, fuck it, I could do it. And the homie, he like the chef, he threw it and he kind of underthrew it, and like the egg yolk missed his mouth, like caught like right here, and then it just fell in his phone that had been cracked. It had like cracks in it, so then the yolk got stuck in like the cracks, and his phone started dying. I was a little inebriated at the time. When I tell you, I laughed for 15 minutes straight in my friend's face about his fucked up phone. It was so goddamn hilarious to me. And my friend just sat there with the poo-poo face. And eventually he had to laugh too. But it just was such a fun experience. And then like, and you could also hear like, you could feel the air kind of go out for like the, like some, like, you know, it's like a group of different like grills going, but like you could tell that they were all watching. It was like, oh fuck, he just fucked up. But like we were enjoying it so much that I was like, we didn't really care. Like, he'll get a new phone, it's cool, it's whatever. But like, it's just little shit like that chef was doing. And then we went to like Benihana's, and it's like, Benihana's is just like so whatever nowadays.
It's mid.
It's
Corporate.
mid.
It's
It's
mid.
corporate now.
Speaking of hibachi, this reminded me what my highest, I wouldn't say highest expectation, but like when I think of hibachi and as far as show goes, as presentation, I always think of Beverly Hills Ninja. You guys ever watch that?
A long time
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Jinx.
I watched it as a kid, funny as shit. Rewatched it maybe a couple years ago as an adult. And when Chris Farley is being the hibachi chef and that presentation he puts on, it was just so fucking hilarious.
I don't
As
remember
a
it.
kid, I thought that's what the experience was gonna be.
Oh no.
Word.
So when I was a little bit older, I was like, "Oh, this is still great."
Yeah.
But it didn't beat
With
Chris
Fat white
Farley.
guy.
Yeah.
That movie is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. in a
It's
long time.
so
Yeah,
fucking
I don't really
hilarious.
remember it. That's
I
crazy.
Rewatch it again. It's definitely. I think
Will
it's on
do.
Amazon.
Damn.
It's
Probably
funny
is.
as shit. It's one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. But like
But-
good, memorable service can go such a long way. And you know what? I don't even need a 5-star Yelp review to show everyone else that I had a good experience. I just know it
No.
was, and I'll
And
come
you just
back.
keep going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Do you
Yeah.
do you tip hibachi chefs?
You do.
Tip everyone.
Yeah, you tip.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it goes to the chef, and it goes to like the people that are bringing out your
Bringing the-
appetizers and your drinks and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know what the breakdown is, but you do tip.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
They definitely pull for sure.
Yeah.
But who do
I-
you? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say, since we're talking about tipping so much,
Mm-hmm.
any video that ever gets put out that's service industry based, and I can also address this whiteboard here. It says, "Shut up and make my cocktail, drink boy." That was on a comment on a TikTok I saw from Alfmar. Shout out to him. He's funny as shit.
Yo, shout out to Alfmar, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's
to
funny as
Alfmar.
hell. I
Like for someone like sorry, not sorry. I'm actually doing it on purpose. I'm I'm just gonna be for real.
Fuck it.
For one of those people, as far as who already has a platform that we are working up towards, because what we're doing is a little different. It takes longer to get it going, but man, for someone like that homie right there to put out the content that he does, and he really just doesn't give a fuck. He's just saying whatever it is he wants to say, whatever it is he feels, and whatever it is that the industry wants to be said and understood. He is all about it. So I'm really all about Alfmar, man. Really cool guy. And hopefully we're saying that right. We don't fucking know. We haven't ever talked to the guy. It's not like we're bumping him up because we know him. But he's just
great
solid
content.
ass motherfucking dude. It's like going to a bar and you get a cocktail from someone, but you're at the table. And you're like, man, that's a good ass cocktail. I don't have a chance to come tell you in person that you make a good cocktail, but I'm coming back to this bar again, you know? what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just shout out to him on that.
On that comment, in that TikTok in particular, a bunch of other comments were saying, "Oh, and then they expect a tip of this amount, this and that." The video context was, and we had shown it before, when a customer asked for like little ice or no ice, and his reaction was very sarcastic, like, "Ah, man, god damn it, you got it. You found out the secret. You get more alcohol."
Yeah.
And all the people that were commenting negative things were all the people we talk about and were butthurt. And one of those comments stuck out because it's like, shut up and make my cocktail, drink boy. And it's like, oh, then they expect this amount of tipping and this and that. It's always about tipping, blah, blah, blah. So, and I say they as in the civilians, they always make it seem, the civilians that are terrible guests always make it seem like we're the ones out here begging, pleading, and feel entitled to the tips. And I'm just curious as to who, what, where, and why tipping was made so controversial. I know there's some discourse between the U.S. and certain places overseas. They're like, well, we don't do that here. And I saw some Europeans there like, well, this is only an American problem. Okay, so then why are you commenting? It's not your business. It's American business, all right? Stay the fuck out of it.
I would respond.
Stay the fuck out of it. All right, this is American business.
I
Stay over
would
there,
say
overseas.
I would say just like American business, we say it's our business, but it's not just our business, because I've been to a few other countries and had some conversations with some other people in those countries who are in the service industry. And this is before this show even came out. Not this episode, I mean this show. So this was years ago. And come to find out, the way that tipping is done in other countries is it's not universal. Just because you're outside of the US doesn't mean that the people in the service industry are paid a livable wage.
Right.
And when it comes to tipping, a lot at the end of the day, that's really what tipping is about. It is saying, please supplement my income for a livable wage, because the establishment in which I work, the industry in which I am in, deems it that the only way for you to get the level of service that you want is for you to be in control of how much I get paid at the end. But the same way that those people at that place, I don't want to keep saying the name because they're not sponsoring us and we've talked about them enough.
Jesus.
But the same way that, you know, he went in one way, I went in another way, and countless other people that day have picked whatever side.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do go out on faith. But sometimes it isn't about going out on faith. It is about going out on merit. But between the customer and the person providing the service, you don't have control over which side you're on.
Yeah.
Depending on which venue you're in, you could be on one side or the other. You could be in a venue that, hey, 6 or more after this time, whatever the case may be, you're tipping me this regardless. Whether you had to flag me down 17 times or not,
Right.
you are tipping this regardless.
Yeah.
And I know that that's what a lot of people who have their feelings about tipping feel, and that's what they're worried about. But at the end of the day, we get that too. But that's not always the case. Don't have a universal belief about the tipping culture. Tipping should be on a case-by-case basis, based off of where you are, based off the service that has been provided, and based off of how you feel, and also based off of whether monetarily you're able to support that. You know, because I had someone tell me actually yesterday, I'm from South Africa. I can't afford to tip. It's too expensive.
What?
And I'm like, what does where you're from have anything to do with me?
Yeah.
Because we're not in South Africa. And this is also too expensive.
Me
I mean,
living here.
This is amazing.
And I know he doesn't care, but neither do I. Just don't say anything. Like, but
I said, "This is America," quoting Childish, but also just 'cause
Yeah.
it's America.
But I said that to also bring up the other part of the story, which is that person was the first person within their group who showed up at my venue yesterday.
Yeah.
So therefore, every other person at their table was also South African. But the first two people, I judged them the way I judged him, based off of what he said.
He set the tone.
Yeah, because I gave him great service. He didn't tip me at all. Now, I didn't give them less than service. I still gave the same service. I'm
Sure.
giving you that right now. I'm talking about mentally. Someone got really excited. Mentally, I thought within myself, I'm going to try to give good service, even though I don't know if I'm going to be compensated
I knew he was a spitter.
on. Even though I don't know if I'm going to be fairly compensated.
Hey man, it's still Pride Month. Go for it.
Huh?
Continue your story, please.
I'm trying.
True.
I'm trying.
Shut up.
Oh
Rob.
man, I'm trying to push through, but you're over here trying to push it down, and it's very distracting.
Huh? I beg your pardon.
I'm just,
What
but
do you mean by that?
Oh man.
Oh man, but again, it was also a reminder for me because by the time I got through the interaction with the second person, it was frustrating as well, but for a different reason.
Mm.
But I kept trying to at least meet them halfway on the sense of their card was not going through because they hadn't updated their app and all this other stuff, which again is usually one of those things that for us in the industry, especially in LA,
Their bank app wasn't updated.
that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things
I've
that
never
you're
had that
used to
issue.
it being a line. But
Yeah.
I could hear that person's accent as well as the rest of the group,
Sure.
watching how they were interacting with other people and
Sure.
everything like that. And I was like, no, they literally are visiting from South Africa.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but the brokest one showed up first. Don't judge the rest of the group
That's tough
because
though.
everyone
Yeah.
else did the best they could, starting with the second person, even though I had my misconceptions about them based off of the first interaction.
Yeah.
They went out of their way to make sure that they updated their app. They were like, what's the Wi-Fi password? I need to update the app. I need to make sure you get paid. And the machine was even telling me, this person's trying to tip you. That's not what made me want to help them. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm thinking wrong about everyone. By the time I got to the third person, fourth person, fifth person, whatever, yeah, our interactions weren't the most.
Smooth.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it because I never felt like I was able to give them my best customer service, but I also don't feel like they were expecting it. I felt like they were tipping me because they were like, we're supposed to. And the first guy was like, I'm sorry, but I just booked my flight last week. Like that energy. I'm the
Right.
brokest one here. That's why I'm here early. Everybody else went to the other spot that they could afford. I could afford a beer.
Yeah.
I get it, and it is a reminder, being in this industry, no matter how long you're in it, a lot of times you can forget that the people on the other end are just people who are just as fucking confused as we were.
Just trying to
when we were
figure it
starting
out.
man.
It's because I ran into that maybe like last Friday. It was somebody from Spain maybe. It was Spain or Italy.
Colonizers.
Oh, Jesus.
Goddamn colonizers.
Yikes. But like yes, she was by herself. Also, my friend who speaks Spanish was talking to her, and she came to me and she was like, I don't even
Why
know.
isn't it called Spanish? It
Because
should
it's
be
called
Spanish and Spanish.
because Spanish comes from Spain.
No, right.
What he-
Spanish comes from Spain.
Yes, he's saying
But
Spanish
in
should
America,
come from Spain.
But in America, they call Espanol Spanish.
No, they say that in Spain too.
My friend,
Right. But that's what I'm saying. In America, they think y'all the same. I know you're not.
I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Because I heard that like years ago on a
Yeah.
radio show because there was this like the main host was Mexican. He was from Mexico. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm not Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I speak Mexican, but they don't call it that. And I was like, I mean, he's right. He's out of line, but he's right. Out of line in the sense of he's like, no, I speak Mexican.
that's like me saying like
I mean,
don't,
if the Mexican's saying he speaks Mexican, then
Right.
yeah. But if somebody who's not Mexican,
But it was on the
says-
radio, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
It was on
okay,
the
yeah,
radio,
yeah, I see
what you're
not satellite radio. I'm talking
Okay.
like
Oh.
you get that on the car radio.
on the FM.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like saying like when I go home and I'm just like talking with my homies and it's a much different dialect than when I talk here. Oh yeah, no, I don't speak English. I speak Blackanese. Like no, like it's still English, no,
I haven't heard that in so long.
right? Like it's still English. It's a dialect and we have different colloquialisms and all that. But the story I was telling was that my friend, when she like had talked to the lady and like got a little bit more information.
Is your friend Hispanic?
Yeah, she's
Did that person
Dominican.
Did the person look at that person speaking Spanish with disgust because of how their Spanish was? Because usually that's what Spanish do. Sorry, I'm going. Go ahead. Not important.
Going to tell my story
Go
one
ahead.
of these
Yep.
days.
Yes, go ahead.
No, it's not even a great story that for me to
I
have.
feel like it is.
Oh
Tell it
no,
with
but like no,
confidence,
basically
please.
she said that no, she came up to me later and she was just like, yo, I don't know what her thing is because she like it looks like she just booked the flight and was just like, I'm just gonna land in LA and just float on vibes because she just didn't know where she was going, what she was doing. Like I think she was trying to get to like a T-Mobile store, and when my friend was just like, it's just pull out a Google Maps app, but like she was trying to direct her like, you know, through like the streets of LA and like, oh, go down here. And homegirl pulled out a map, like a physical map, and was trying to get
Pull
like,
out an atlas.
yeah. And like my friend was like, and she was just like, is it east or is it what? Like, girl, I don't know. It's just like, it's down hope.
Do you
Or-
not have a little thing that says you are here?
Yeah.
Because if not, I can't direct
I don't know what to
I don't
tell
know where
you.
you are.
It was a
The girl
whole
pulled out an
thing.
atlas.
Yeah, no, she did all that. But again, she kind of like translated a little bit, but the lady in the end of it was very similar to that, where, you know, I presented the tablet and I'm explaining what it is, and she's just like, well, what should I tip? And or like, what is the thing? And it's an awkward thing for us because like I'm not going to tell you, well, I did this, and this, so you
Right.
should give me 20%. I'm just like, hey, this is like what people do. If you feel so inclined, you could tip this amount or that amount. And she was like, I didn't realize that it's like a necessary thing that everyone does. I was like, oh no, people do generally do it or expect to do it here in America. But I wasn't judging her because she didn't. But then she said something to the effect of, well, you know, I'm here and I just need to save all the money I can to get through. And that, it didn't rub me the wrong way, but it's just kind of like, I mean, sure, it's just like, it doesn't seem like you prepared that much for this trip, in conjunction with like what my coworker had said about just her not knowing where she's going, what she was doing for her trip in LA, which, I mean, people do that, you know, you can just take a trip and you just land and you just like figure out what you're going to do. But when navigating a city like LA, I just feel like you got to plan a little bit more. But yeah, that was like a similar vibe I had gotten from that, what you're talking about.
I
When
don't,
it
I don't
comes
care
to the-
where you are. You need to plan your life out.
Yes, in accordance to that,
Yeah.
I see plenty of TikToks that address, I'm assuming Americans because it's in English and the way they talk, that when you go traveling, these are some things you should know before you visit here. So keep that same energy when people come here.
Yeah.
So like a lot of them I see is like, oh, here's some things you should know when visiting Japan. Blah, 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 this and that. Oh, you don't need to tip because sometimes it's considered offensive. Cool. Duly noted. I'm sure they fucking see the same shit on the other side of the fucking Atlantic, where it's like,
Sure.
hey, when you come
Yeah,
to America,
but they also
just know.
They also hear, when you go to America, just learn how to duck and cover first. They have other things they're worried about other than tipping.
Yeah.
Tipping is the least of their worries.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of people who are on vacation, a lot of people who are traveling from other countries, and they feel so carefree at Fight Club. Even though we call it Fight Club, it's not like fights happen every night.
No,
it's
fights
just a
do not
joke.
happen every night.
It's just a joke.
Yeah.
But when you give people the right environment, they have different things to worry about. And, you know, that's the only, like, not the only reason, but the main reason I give people who are visiting, who are tourists here. Why'd you point at him and grab your titty?
That was very.
Continue.
It's very aggressive.
All right.
Because he was gonna laugh, and I was like, "Stop it!" And I was wiping it. I wasn't grabbing my titty; I was wiping it.
It's kind
Can
of
you continue?
it's aggressive titty grab to yourself.
I beg your pardon.
But a lot of times, people who are visiting, they're worried about safety first,
Yeah.
not tipping.
Especially if you're
Not
walking
this,
around
not
downtown.
that and everything. And I understand why they feel that way, because when I've traveled outside of this country, that's not what I'm looking up. I didn't feel that way until I had a conversation with someone who worked within the service industry. And the only reason I had that is because I work within the service industry, and we just happened to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But for the majority of people out there, they're not. That's tipping is like 8 or 9 things down the list.
Yeah.
But they still want that good service. But it's hard for us to give the good service when we're thinking about the amount of bills that we have, for those of us who have kids, family members, medical issues, whatever. It's hard to go into a job not knowing what you're gonna make, and still being like still feeling that energy of giving good service and making people feel welcome and making people happy when it's hard for you to feel that yourself because you have all these things outside of your job that are affecting you by the time you even get into your job.
For sure.
And then when you're not being paid appropriately, who do you complain to? Who do you talk to? You know, like there's so many things that just really drag people within this industry down, no matter what country you're in, no matter what city you're in, no matter what venue you are in. And we do need a lot more empathy. We do need a lot more understanding, you know, but we also need a lot more people to just know what the fuck you want when you come up to order. Have your card ready. Don't have an attitude. Whoever isn't with you when you make your first order, they got to buy their own round.
They just got to figure it out. It's
hey,
fine.
Come on, man. Like, we're not asking for rocket science.
Yeah.
Because we can't do it either. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, have your card ready.
It's very
Have your
simple.
order ready.
Yeah.
Have your friends ready. Shame your friends. We need to bully our friends. If your friend doesn't show up by the time you made your order, fuck you. You pay for your own drink.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
I feel like usually if I'm leaving like the friend circle and it feels like around the time we want to grab drinks, as I'm getting up to go to the bathroom, hey, by the way, if they come, get me this.
Exactly.
It's just like,
and I had guys a couple days ago.
Right.
I think it was on Saturday. It might have been Friday, but I
Yeah.
know it was a busy night. And the first person that ordered a beer. And for some reason, our taps are not pouring correctly. So we're getting a lot of air in the line. There's a lot more foam than it should be. It takes longer to pour a beer than it should.
right.
There's more science involved. I finally come back with the first person's beer, and the second person goes, "Oh, I'll take the same thing." And I looked at him, and I looked at the guy, and I didn't look at them like, "Oh, fuck this motherfucker." I just looked like, "Fuck." Mostly because I got to go through the whole process
It's
again.
a process.
It's easier when the lines are fucking up. It's easier to pour 2 beers at once.
Oh, yeah.
Than one.
Or
beer.
one. Yeah.
So for me, my exasperation was like, fuck, had I known that, I would have come back faster
Yeah.
than it took me to come for the first beer. But now you got to wait longer. And that's where my exasperation came from.
Right.
But for them, even though I wasn't like, oh, I had an attitude, it was just like, and I just turned around and walked back. I could hear them saying, like his friend said as I was turning back, he's like, man, he just poured that beer and it took a minute and now you're sending him all the way back over there to get another.
Sure.
And his friend said, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know. And when I came back, they're like, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, bro, you're good.
Yeah, it's not you.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
you.
It's
me.
not even you, that whatever. And they were just like, thanks, man. 100% tip.
Oh,
100% tip.
that's
man.
nice.
You know, we're not begging for your money. We're not demanding your money. We're just saying recognize the things we're going through. Like working last night, people ask me, like, are you having a bad night or this? And I was like, nah, I'm the only one here. And
Yeah.
they weren't throwing money at me, but they were like, we get it.
Right.
Even if I haven't worked this.
I just got a lot
get
going
it.
on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes a long way. You had some pulled up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So there's gonna be completely different transition here.
It needs to be.
So this is something. Huh?
I don't know.
This is something that I came
But I
up.
get it though.
It's not Howlin' Rays.
I don't get it.
It's fine.
So this is something that I saw that infuriated me to the highest degree that I can think of, and it was
Oh, are you playing this one first?
Yeah.
Okay.
May I watch off of your phone?
yeah.
Okay.
Check this shit out.
Man, are you serious? I paid 16K for this whole place to rebuild it.
You're 16K?
Yeah, yes.
This
Someone
guy didn't
started.
stand it.
So-
He didn't stand it, dude.
so-
Fucking terrible.
It's $25,000 fine. So I gonna forward this video to the cops and see what they gonna do.
So that is a place called Flowers Cafe.
Yeah.
In New York City.
Yeah.
And I forgot how I came across this video. I think I came across it on Twitter, maybe. And everybody in the comments was like, yo, find these motherfuckers now. And I don't know, on TikTok, because I also went on TikTok to see if they found them. It looks like they did name drop them too. So
Oh, sick.
that's cool. And looking at this person's updated page, it looks like the owner of this cafe went on the news too to talk about it.
Oh shit.
And you can actually go and look on their page too. It's called Flowers Cafe NYC on Instagram to go look at the videos.
Yeah.
So this guy's a business owner, owns this cafe, and these two fucking man children, because they're at least fucking 40 years old, too goddamn fucking old to be doing this shit.
Yeah.
They went and tagged this man's fucking business, and the first little fuck is just smiling as he did it. That shit just, like, I put myself in the shoes of the owner. Like, if I would have seen this shit, that would infuriate me so much.
Yeah.
But if he would have put his hands on this little bitch,
Oh, then he
would be in trouble.
Yeah.
But something in the comments said something like, oh, well, if he leaves that vandalized, that's now a fine, so he has to pay somebody else to clean that up. And they were saying like, oh, it's just a simple paint job. That's not the fucking point.
No, dude.
Why are you doing this as a fucking 45-year-old motherfucker? Why are you going around here tagging with your little fucking squiggles that nobody can read? I think somebody said like, oh, this guy just left it there so we improved it or whatever. It's like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just tag.
Jesus.
You were too goddamn old. We saw somebody on the fucking train, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe? Actually, on our way to...
No, it
on
literally
the-
was
It was on the
2
way to the
weeks.
comedy show.
It literally was 2
Yeah,
weeks
it was on our
ago.
way to the comedy
It
show.
was 15 days ago.
This
No
fucking...
bullshit. Yeah.
This dude was at least 45. Most of his hair was gray. Fucking big-ass belly. He's just standing there, pulls this little chalk or whatever out of his...
No.
Yes, it was...
No, I mean, he pulled it there, but like...
It was in a quick grab pocket in his little fucking pouch here. Grabbed it and just started squiggling all over the windows on the subway.
That was the only reason I interrupted. It wasn't just that he pulled it from his pocket. He pulled it from his pocket and it had a chain wrapped around it so that he could leave it once he pulled it from his pocket where it stayed on his wrist. So it was, let me keep it tucked here until I need it. Once I need it, let me have it where it's wrapped around my wrist. So it's quick action where he just goes and like his lipstick, you little fucking bitch.
Yeah.
He fucking sits here and pulls out his chalk and just starts writing all over the subway.
On the
train.
little mirror and then on the windows. And it's just fucking squiggles.
Just
Nobody
squiggles.
knows what it says but you. It's not art.
Right.
I'm sorry. For people out there that...
Tag.
Actually, I'm not sorry. For people that go out there and tag, nobody knows what the fuck you're saying if it's just these fucking weird-ass symbols.
No one knows
and
no one cares.
We've seen street art in Los Angeles. There's
Yeah.
lots of places that have street art murals, and even Chicago where there's fucking actual spray paint, whatever, or even full-on just paint on walls and shit, murals. That's fucking art. You're out here just doing squiggles. It looks fucking stupid. The fucking tunnel over here has a bunch of shit that they always had to repaint over on what is it, second or third?
Yeah.
That they
Second,
and it's
yeah.
just nobody can read it. Nobody knows what you're saying. It looks like dog shit.
It not
Some of it
yeah.
does look. Some of it looks pretty cool, but I'm talking about just like the thin little squiggles, like these fucking cucks over here.
You
just
are
did.
the equivalent of someone who builds a bar program built off of cordials. All of your drinks have sugar in them. All of your drinks are built off of bullshit. No one can fucking understand the thing you're saying. You're not telling any story with your cocktails. When your food comes out, it's fucking salty as fuck or it's overcooked. When you serve a place, you check the tables too much. Whatever negative connotation you want to pull into the service industry, for people who are wondering why we're talking about it, is because the literal energy that comes from that is, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. And then when people look at you, you have nothing to say. There's nothing of substance, but you're costing money. You're causing restaurants to have to shut down because you're tagging them with your bullshit that makes no sense, that no one can read. That guy was saying I paid $1,600.
I think 1,000.
$16,000.
$16,000.
But he's like, it cost me this much in fines. It cost me this much to get it repaired. And he's like, oh. And then the one guy goes like, oh, you paid that much, but it looks like shit. It looks like shit because I have to get it done so much because of jackasses like
I can't
you
build it up.
fucking it up.
Yeah.
I have to get it done so much that to get professionals to do it, it costs too much. It eats into my bottom line.
Yeah.
It cost me $16,000 because that was the cheapest way I could get it done because I will get it repainted or I'll get it redone, and a jackass like you two motherfuckers will come and fuck it up. But if I don't get it fixed, which when it comes to fines, for people who think these fines are like, oh, it's a year or two, no, a lot of times you get like 30 days.
Yeah.
You got to get that shit redone because other people in that area are like, no, we don't want anything there with vandalism. We don't want anything there with graffiti or art, or not art, because if it's art, like he said, it would be done correctly.
Right.
Now that person or that group, that investment group or whoever is racing against the clock to get something done, and then it starts to look worse. And then it starts to get to a point where someone like you thinks it's okay to fucking tag it. That's not okay, man.
Yeah.
Find something else to do. Find another outlet. For people who are tagging shit who think they're artists, if you're not creating real art, just fucking put it on social media first. See if you get enough likes before you start actually vandalizing some shit or fucking some shit up. Because if you get enough likes where people actually like it, you ain't got to vandalize nothing. We can figure out a way to get your art done. I understand the need for expression to get your art out there, to get your voice out there, to want to be seen. But that's not the way to do it, man.
Not the way to do it.
Harming another business,
that's
harming
not
someone
art.
else.
That's not art. That's
Because
that's vandalism.
I will say,
Exactly.
I do have respect for the tagging community.
Yes.
But it's a lot of public spaces to do that.
Not somebody's
like,
private,
you know what I mean? Like,
business.
like when I see it, like, you know, when I'm driving down the highway or like places like that. But when you start tagging people's public property that it's like harming a business, and it's eating out his $16,000 out of a boutique restaurant's profits is a lot of fucking money. Like that could be a whole day's worth of profits in a busy like mom and pop store. You know what I mean? Restaurant may even be like a couple days of profits. And so I definitely understand that. I have respect generally for the tagging community, but like when you're talking about like private businesses and stuff like that, it's like, come on, bro. Like there's so many other places that you could be tagging to actually.
And if you're wondering why we care so much for a restaurant, for a boutique cafe, for any place, when they're not offering healthcare because they have to have a certain amount of money to take care of regular everyday expenses.
Yeah.
And then you add something like that, and then we come to find out why our hours are cut, why we can't have health care, why we can't get these things that you, some 40-something-year-old fucking grown-ass man-child, have at your desk job or whatever fucking job you have, and we are not afforded that, and you think, yeah, whatever, you pay that, whatever. How much of that money could have gone to those healthcare premiums, or paying for daycare or childcare for someone who has to take care of their child while working a service industry fucking job?
Yeah.
For those people who don't think that these things trickle down and affect everyone, and they wonder why we're talking about it, or saying, shut up and make my drink boy or whatever. Bro, I saw a video earlier today that you had already liked and someone else within the service industry had sent to me, and I saw several other people like it. And it was talking about, working in the service industry, or you just make drinks. How hard is that? And it started listing some of the things that you have to deal with to be within this industry.
So much stuff, yeah.
And you know the video.
Yeah.
What do you mean this job is not that hard?
Yeah.
It's not that it's the hardest job, but it's one of the most thankless jobs, except for the people who do take care of us. So if you're being a jackass who is making the job harder while also paying less than your share, best believe we're going to call your fucking asses out.
Sure.
And best believe we're going to hope that people who do shit like that do get prosecuted.
No, because like I want to say like what, maybe 3 or 4 setbacks like that will close a mom and pop down. And then everybody that's working that job, that, you know, the owner that's probably saved up say 5-10 years to try to, have his dream restaurant or whatever. All that shit's like down the drain because some people just want to act like kids and just tag his shit.
R.I.P. to this spot. I used to run into that when I worked
I'm sorry.
there.
I've been wanting to
We're
jump in
finishing
here.
up with this point. I was just saying R.I.P. to this spot because like that was something I noticed there. That's why that video that you just showed, P, like resonated so much with me because I worked at a place that was like that. We put out an outdoor patio that we had to put together every shift and people would vandalize it.
Damn.
So imagine feeling that feeling of dragging those things out there and noticing someone's tagging it every day, man.
Yeah.
So 3 things. That one being the last thing you said. Some of the comments that I seen with that video exactly, and then other videos reposting, people are like, "Oh, people are tired of what was the word?
It was COVID cabanas.
COVID cabanas. People are tired of the COVID cabanas. They're taking up parking spaces, this and that, blah blah blah. Doesn't fucking matter. They paid a fee to put those out there to keep those well after COVID.
Yep.
So they put their money. So they paid. Okay. We get it. New York is fucking congested like a motherfucker, just not allowed parking. So just maybe stop driving. Stop fucking driving. Stop driving.
Not everybody.
And if you're
needs a
coming
car,
from
bro.
Jersey, figure it out. I don't know. I'm sorry. Or maybe just stay in Jersey.
Man.
I don't know. But figure it the fuck out. That does not constitute you to go and tag shit. 2, I saw this other video that the owner posted where somebody DM'd him saying, if you post more shit about graffiti tags, your store will be fucked up with dirty shit in the next 30 years. Just a tip for you. The taggers come every night. Again, if you post anti-graffiti shit. Their Instagram handle is Signal Kolner, which is SignalKoelner. That is somebody that threatened that owner with some bullshit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're a bitch. You're a pussy. There's no photo. It's a picture of a chicken. I don't think it's a burner account. Probably their main account, but they also have something tagged in here. It looks like maybe a clothing line, so I'm not gonna boost that. So fuck you, you little bitch. Yeah. You're a hoe. And the third thing, which is some good news, or actually, second thing, 0.5. The names. No. The names of those taggers
2.5
in the video are.
Wait, do we want to boost them?
Yeah, fuck them. They're fucking little bitches.
We're not boosting them.
Nah, fuck that. No, we want to put them on fucking blast. Not boost, but put them on blast.
Okay.
One of them is named David Shimamura, and the other says in the comment and the other one goes by the name Nick. So that's who they are.
Looks like a Nick.
You guys are some hoe ass, bitch ass, fuck ass motherfuckers. Like just pieces of shit.
He almost said the
dog
N
shit.
word.
Your art is dog shit. You're dog shit.
That too.
You ain't
you
shit.
heard
That
that?
bike ain't shit. I hope somebody steals your fucking bike. I hope you die poor. You piece of fucking shit. I hope your credit score doesn't go above a 520. I hope you lose your house keys. And I hope that you also, the next time you're walking down the street, you do that little stumble where like you catch your balance, but like people see it. So now you have that public embarrassment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think what P is trying to say is you a bitch ass nigga.
He wanted to say
I
it.
wanted to.
Yeah, I know you did.
I couldn't.
No, we heard that you wanted to
we
say
can hear
it.
it.
You wanted
You
to
some
say
bitch
it.
ass niggas.
Yeah.
Man. Dead ass. That's what we saying.
Yeah.
Like the store owner, the cafe owner, that's what they want to say, man. Like,
So yeah.
stop, just chill.
And the last thing,
Oh,
they did catch the guys.
nice.
So it looks like they were caught, according to all these comments that I see. Looks like they were caught. They found them, this and that. So even though I just put them on blast, they were caught. I wanted to.
Well, yeah, it's public record.
Yeah.
They were proudly showing their faces while doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
With no remorse.
So actually, we're not actually doxing or putting anybody on blast because since now it's arrest, it's now public record.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah.
they were caught.
If you
It
were
hasn't happened yet.
dumb enough and inconsiderate enough to do that publicly in broad fucking daylight as well, that lets me know how fucking idiotic you are.
Yeah.
If you're gonna tag something, why the fuck would you do it in broad daylight with markers? You're writing shit in scribbles?
It looks like shit.
Yo, who the fuck uses cursive, my nigga? Like, bruh, if you ain't signing a contract, what the fuck are you doing it for? Like, I really want to know who uses cursive on purpose.
Doctors. No, that's it. That's all I got.
Contracts.
Oh, contracts. Yes.
I mean, official documents, yes, you sign.
Yeah.
But if you're just writing on
Not
a
just-
piece of plywood,
Yeah, no.
you're an idiot.
Yeah,
You're an idiot.
Fuck those guys. They're pieces of shit. They fucking suck. Their grandmas suck. Their great grandmas suck. All of them.
Well,
are
that's
just
how they
fucking-
got here.
Yeah.
They just
Technically.
didn't suck long enough.
Well,
Well, you know, you
got
got to switch it
another
up.
one. Rob, this one was yours, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
We gotta
It's a little bit
close out with
more
that.
uplifting, a little
That's
bit more
fine.
funny.
That's fine. It's a good shift. We're getting about that time anyways. Let's get
This
it.
is a good shift. This has been a great shift.
Oh, wait, hold on. Time out. I forgot to screen record.
I
My
love
bad.
this one. I've seen this one.
I don't know why. This one brings me so
Nah,
much
They
joy.
nailed it.
Yeah,
They
right?
fucking
Because
nailed
you
it.
know
on,
this
hold on.
feeling.
Yes. You were recording all of that.
No,
right?
I'm doing it now. I'm screen recording now.
You
Sorry.
weren't screen
I'm
recording
doing
before?
it now.
Okay.
That's fine.
No fucking way.
Hi.
Is this a prank?
No,
Am I
we
being
both
pranked?
see.
Don't play with me. That's mean. Are we both on the schedule?
Yeah, we are.
This never happens. Thank you, Jesus. God is
love that you
good,
can see that we
baby.
thought you
both
were an
liked it.
atheist.
Not
It's in the
anymore.
Bible.
Can I just say I needed this? After last night working with Jamie, I thought to myself, no, they really do hire just anyone. Anyone with a pulse and a pair of non-slip shoes. They're like, get in there.
Yeah.
Ladies. No. Oh my God. Are you working too? Caroline the Flash Jerry is working tonight. Nobody runs drinks like this bitch.
Oh, come on. I'm covering tonight.
Oh, you are?
Oh.
Who are you covering?
Samantha.
Cement for feet, Samantha? Oh, I'm running my drinks. Are you working Saturday?
No.
Are you working Saturday?
No.
I'm off Saturday. They're gonna fucking die.
Oh.
They're
They're gonna
die.
die.
We're not gonna be here.
Should we get brunch?
All right, we should clock in.
Perfect.
I just
Perfect.
that
Fucking nailed it.
it's so good.
Fucking nailed
It's
that
so
shit, man.
good.
They fucking nailed that.
Shout out to
That was
that
good.
content
That was
creator.
good.
That is.
Oh,
Because I've
it's so-
watched so many conversations like that at work.
Hell
where
yeah.
You just like, and I'm talking across the board, like sex, race, everything. Same thing. You gotta mock the motherfucker who's not gonna do their job.
Yes.
You gotta be like, yo, they put us all on the same shift. You gotta end it with, yo, we're off on Saturday
Yo.
too.
You want
Oh,
brunch?
Yeah.
Let's fuck this
Let-
place up.
But also, what she said is like they're gonna die. Like they're gonna.
No,
drown.
no, 100%. I literally told I think, yeah, well, I'm not gonna say who, but I was on a shift with two of my other favorite coworkers to work with recently, and I was just like, yo, like I really enjoy working with you guys because it's just a joy when like we can all free flow, and it's not like something where you gotta constantly be telling people what to do, where like it's like, oh, okay, cool, well, hey guys, I'm going to handle the wood now, can you take care of production? And it's literally just like you have a couple coworkers who just can look at what's going on, see what needs to be done, and just start doing it, and it's just automatic. And it seems like such a simple
I feel
thing.
like we just did that during this whole conversation because we were both.
No. And I was just like, no, that's not
And
happening.
you kept going.
And I was like, well,
this
I gotta
feels
keep.
like a fucking moment at a shift.
It's definitely.
Holy shit!
it's like,
I'm
cool.
he's
Well-
taking the order. Tell us what drinks to make.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
You need something?
Yeah.
What
No.
can I make?
No, I'm just gonna entertain. I'm gonna entertain while they're handling, because like that slush machine just broke down.
Yo,
so they
for
gotta
real.
go over there. They gotta figure that shit out. But you know what? These tickets gotta get done.
We left
and
him
the
over here
wood-
shaking. tits.
Yeah, and I'm just like, cool. And like you just like, it's one of those things where like you're on production
Yeah.
and you look around, you realize like everyone just left because for whatever reason, and I look around and then like half of like the bar top is looking at you and just like, hey guys, you need something? You guys, okay, cool. Margarita, got you. Cool. And you're just like, damn, I got 5 tickets from me, but I'm gonna take care of them. And but like that's just kind of like what the flow is with like a few coworkers that I work with, and when you see them working with you, you're just like, oh my God, I'm gonna get through this shift like without wanting to kill someone, because you have those other shifts where you have those people that just never know what to do, and they're just, you gotta constantly tell them, hey, can you get more oranges because we're running out of oranges for, garnishes, or like, you know what I mean? Just people that just know how to look at what needs to be done and do it. It's like, that's the biggest thing that I run into behind the bar. But even like when you're working behind the bar and you just have servers that will keep shit going and you don't have to worry about it. And that feeling is just euphoric and so relatable, and it's so specific the way that her cadence and how she comes off that I respect that too, because I'm never going to sound like that, but like her saying it, and I just relate to the feeling of it.
Every restaurant and bar has like a big three.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
Whether it's like
fuck the
server,
big three. It's just big me, Nick.
It's either between a server or bartender and busser, or maybe it's all bartenders or all servers.
Yeah.
But every place really does have like a big three where if you got at least one of them, you're gonna be good.
Yes.
If you got two,
oh man,
great. If all three are there, best fucking shift ever.
Oh, the manager's like hands off all night. Just tell me if you need anything. If you just need something comped.
If you need my password.
Yeah. Because I'm just gonna be over here on my laptop for the whole shift. Because y'all got it. Y'all got the floor.
I'm gonna be in the office watching film. How this goes down.
Studying tape.
Yeah.
Studying tape.
Every establishment definitely has like a big three or just someone that they know they work with. It's on. It's there. And when they all are off or that person is off, it's like, what are we gonna do? Who's gonna handle this?
Who's gonna get it
this
done?
Person's always the first one to step up to this or this and that. And this person always runs drinks. This person's not gonna fucking run any fucking
Which
drinks.
is why it was so startling that all three got scheduled off on a Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Which shows you whatever manager did the schedule fucked up.
Yes.
Because manager does that.
And then they're gonna try to call one of them.
Oh, they're definitely gonna try to call one of them.
Because they ain't gonna help.
1,000%.
Oh no,
they ain't gonna help.
No,
they're not going behind the bar to help out.
No,
not on a Saturday.
God,
that's when the real work happens.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
God forbid.
Oh man,
and because they decided to go to brunch, they can't go to work.
Oh no, that's the thing. I didn't schedule my day.
Yeah.
My day was scheduled.
I have literally waited until I took an edible to answer a message about whether or not I could work a shift. I've gotten a, hey, can you work today? I'll take an edible and a shot and be like, nope.
I am in no state or condition.
I've done that. And my manager has texted me back like, well, thank you for being honest. I'm fucked up. I leave.
You don't want me.
Come in.
Yeah.
I sent the manager a picture of my shot at a bar. Like, I can't.
But there's a time constraint on that. If you wait too long, they'll be like, all right, you planned.
Yeah, no, it was on the way. And then I waited till I got there and got it in front of me, which was maybe about 10 minutes or so between the text. So I was en route.
That's well within time.
Yeah. I was already like,
what are you supposed to do? Turn around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
This is happening.
Not with the price of gas.
I already got the Uber. Fuck that shit. But yeah, I sent that and they're like, okay. Fair. Like, it wasn't like a okay. It was like a
what can you do?
Hey, shit. All right.
Oh man. Drinking? No, they are definitely like that. Whatever Saturday that was, they were definitely going to try to call them in for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you're smart, you'll let them know ahead of time. Because I let my job know. Because I got called in on 2 shifts this past week.
Yeah.
I let the asses know last night. When I clock out on Saturday, you're not gonna see me until I'm scheduled again. So don't even try.
Phone is on.
Do not even try. I'm gonna be real with you.
Shit.
No.
Not even try.
I respect you enough that I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I am not fucking coming in next week. I didn't ask for vacation, but these days I'm normally not scheduled. And I'm definitely not gonna be scheduled.
Don't you have the audacity? Don't you dare.
No.
Don't you fucking dare.
No. Don't even think about having a gall.
Don't make me harm you and myself as far as our relationship.
Don't make me be an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't make me be the bad guy.
And don't ruin what little relationship I have with my peers. Yeah. Because if you put me in a position where I gotta call somebody else out on their bullshit, I'm gonna do it very tastefully.
If you had to put me in a position where I had to choose myself or a coworker, I'm gonna choose me. Don't make me do that. Don't force my hand.
Yeah.
Especially a coworker who's already chosen themselves.
Many times.
Yeah. So when you are working at a place and you run into those people, and I know we talked about it, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, or no, it was on the episodes that's coming out next week. But we talked about people who become gatekeepers within a place. They don't want to move on and everything. Bro, don't put me in a position where you think I'm going to cover for you, because I'm not.
Yeah.
If you are making my job harder, I'm not going to snitch on you. I'm not going to go volunteering anything. I'm not going to answer any questions. But if you tell the manager that you can't work because of an emergency, and I know for a fact that you were like, hey, can you cover my shift tomorrow because I got this? And they contact me asking me to work, I'm going to tell them straight up, no, I'm not working. And when they say why, they're like, no, because I have these plans. Well, such and such said they had an emergency. That's not what they told me yesterday. Because I don't know what kind of fucking prepaid schedule you're on. If it's Boost Mobile or fucking whatever, let me know. But if you can pre-plan your emergencies to where you know you can't work a shift a day before you tell the emergency,
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
It's not an emergency.
It's not my job.
They scheduled to break
Not
their
my
elbow.
job to cover your
Your
shift.
poor planning doesn't constitute an emergency for me, like you said.
Yeah,
Ditto.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys got anything
Absolutely.
else?
No,
I think
that's a good place to end
good
it.
I
place
think
to
we're
end it.
good.
I would have liked to end it on a higher joke note, but you know, that's cool if you want to just go ahead and land it there. Come on, man. We got to leave them with something.
Just like a knock.
Thursday, August 29th.
Ooh.
Thursday, August 29th. I know.
This is gonna come off as like one of those radio promos.
Oh yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday. Coming your way. Coming your way.
You real quick. Did you ever listen to Bino's mixtape Stone Mountain?
A long time ago,
Okay,
yes.
There's an interlude where he does like that whole stereotypical.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like
Because it felt like it was an Atlanta promo for like you remember the promos, like you probably had them in North Carolina too. It's like a promo for like a party going down.
Yeah.
And like it
At
was
some
literally like
kind
one
of
of those.
event,
Like, yo,
venue.
DJ Khaled's gonna be there on Saturday and it's going up, it's going lit. Like we're gonna have all the people there and it's gonna be fire. And like, yo,
really
if you are on the Atlanta twerk team, you get in free.
Yes.
If you know someone on the Atlanta twerk team, you get in free.
Yeah.
Or if you can bring the Atlanta twerk team, you get in free. If you went into this high school, you get in free.
Yes.
Like this, it's such
Exactly.
a great fucking.
Yeah. Oh,
skit.
now I need to revisit.
So we
Stone
got to do
Mountain.
it. We got to do it like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's all on you.
The fuck?
So on August 29th.
29.
I'm going to go ahead and put this to y'all all the way real. I wasn't scheduled
Thursday.
I wasn't scheduled for this shift. So y'all going to get what the fuck you get on this promo, which is I just showed up for this fucking shift.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what these two motherfuckers said, which
What?
is Thursday. Show the fuck up on August 29th.
Yo, show the fuck up and show the fuck out on August 29th. Bitches, it's going up. It's going lit. We're going to have this and we're going to have that. But we're not going to tell y'all right now. But y'all better be there. And we're going to tell you more. Be there or be square. Bitch ass motherfuckers.
Or as P likes to say, bitch ass niggas.
He does say that often.
I
He was
He
not
says
going
it in
to
his
say.
sleep.
He
Don't
actually,
ask me
if you
how
want
I
to hear
know.
him say bitch ass nigga live and in person,
You gotta be there
August 29th.
If you show up,
He says the N word.
he says the N word live.
If we get enough people through the door.
Yes. And we probably won't cancel. We might cancel. I don't think he'll get canceled.
Cancel? Cancel what? We ain't canceling the show.
No.
I'll tell you why we ain't canceling that show.
No,
Because
no,
on-
I'm saying we can't
I
cancel
know. I
P.
was just
no,
segueing back to the
if
actual
you
promo.
if you listen this far and if you can quote that at the show, I'll say it.
Help me! Help me!
When did you put that one in there? That's a good
Oh, I
one.
put that
that
on
was
the last
that
one.
was sneaky.
Yeah.
He's a sneaky ass nigga.
Yeah. Sneaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Sneaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life.
August 29th at 7
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So from
Be there
7
at
to
the
9
Alamo Draft
at the Alamo
House.
Draft House.
Say PV ho, PV ho, PV ho, PV ho.
It's gonna be
Now segue.
Are you my friend?
Are we locked in?
Now
Then
segue.
Oh shit! August.
Don't leave
29th,
me hanging on. Don't leave me hanging on the fence,
August
man. Don't leave me
29th.
hanging on the fence.
Alamo Draft House.
Power fist
7
August
p.m.
29th.
against this
Be
racism
there.
that P brings to the
All right,
podcast
okay.
every
All
episode.
right.
Yeah, we need more people to help us battle the racism that
There's
PE
no
brings to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as these cameras goes off, he calls us the hard R.
Oh, okay. All right. Nope.
And it's like really offensive.
I do not.
It's so
I do
horrible.
not. You know what? Be there live to see the shit
we
that
don't mean references.
I don't say this shit, so you will see that I don't say any of this. So be
He
there.
just said he was
August
gonna say it.
29th.
Yeah.
He will say N-word for follows.
Yeah. Literally. Come on, P.
Isn't that the American way?
Yo, after that video I sent y'all earlier, yes it is.
Just.
If you have enough black in you, apparently, you can say the N-word. According to porn.
I beg your pardon.
Exactly.
Back to
That's
OnlyFans.
what the internet said.
All right.
That's the part that bothers me. I saw the comment section. They were like, she gets a pass. I was like, I don't care how much black you've had in you. Eventually, you expelled it out because you are non-seasoned. You cannot say that. Sorry.
All right.
Thursday, August 29th,
Okay.
from
August
7 to 9 at
7
the
to
Alamo
9.
Draft House. We'll
Be
be
there.
doing our first live show in a little over a year. I
Yeah.
know we did like a little mini announcement a couple episodes or an episode
Last episode,
ago.
yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot more coming out in the next couple weeks that we're gonna announce. But just the way there's tracking so far, just be prepared for that if you're in DTLA on August 29th.
And if you're not in DTLA, be in DTLA.
Make it happen.
At
Cap
least on
Figure it
August
out.
29th.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
Figure
yeah.
it the fuck out.
But we'll give you more details once we get to the point where we can actually announce it. But yeah, seriously, what
Discussions
we've
will
already
be
gotten
had.
confirmed is pretty fucking exciting. There's just a couple other things I want to work out to make it a little bit bigger, but we're gonna talk about that once the
Discussions
cameras are
will
off.
be had.
Yes,
Jokes
they will be had.
made.
N
Rob
words
might
will be
twerk on the
thrown.
table. Who the
N
fuck
bombs
knows?
will be lobbed.
There you go. Oh, I don't have a bomb sound. I need to get one on here. All right. Well, that's it. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's enough. I
I'm
did
good.
say N bombs will be lobbed.
Yeah.
I think that's enough for an episode.
That's just about word.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me when you said that?
I mean, you know
Why
why.
wouldn't I? You said yes.
You're the
after
one
I
that
said
lobs
it.
the in
I
bomb.
literally said it and you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
You agreed.
Bye, everybody.
Says yes in racism. Nigga.